casuals.
Casuals? What's that mean? You sit round Aristotle all day?
Train leaves at 9:48, so make sure you're there by about 9:30.
Would you fancy it or not?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Don't look like a post box, do I?
No, mate. You look the bollocks.
He looks like a bloody post.
Now, the firm, Eddie, Nick Love, could you call it a remake or was it its own film, would you say?
Well, I thought it was its own film because, I mean, the interesting thing about the firm, and I've said this a lot of times to people as well, that I remember talking to Nick Love about the character and all that, and he said, what we want to do really is sort of turn it upside down and get some sort of social comment out of it, really, because we wanted to let people know, really, that the people that get involved in that football stuff and all that don't all come from sort of dysfunctional families, you know?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And his family was a loving family sort of thing, and it was only when he met Paul's character that it all went sort of Pete Tong for him, you know?
Box.
You're a Millwall lad or Millwall supporter.
Yeah.
And Millwall get nothing but bad press. They're this, that and the other.
Well, now they do, but when I was going to Millwall, you know, like in 1969, you know, 1970 sort of thing, it wasn't really as bad as what happened in the 70s sort of thing, when West Ham and Millwall sort of... There's a story behind West Ham and Millwall, you know, there's an actual story of why it all kicked off between West Ham and Millwall. And it was all down to a fella who got killed, who got thrown off a train.
Right.
You know, but like, I don't want to go too much into it.
No, of course, no, I wouldn't want you to.
It wasn't about football, really. It was just about a liberty that got taken.
Yeah.
And that's why West Ham and Millwall sort of had their little problems, you know?
Yeah.
Do yourselves out equal, you wouldn't think so. I'll get my head kicked in for wearing that.
Lovely, babe. You're not the bee's knees in it.
Yeah, all right, Mum. I'll look like a fucking slush puppy. You've got to get up a little bit early if you want to catch me out, son. You're out your league. Don't you think all this is getting a bit out of hand? This is...
Played Luton and they went into Luton and they just smashed Luton up. They absolutely smashed Luton up, you know?
Yeah.
Back in the 80s, there was a right naughty game.
A really naughty, yeah.
You know, so are you being demonised if you do things like that sort of thing, you know?
Payback time.
Just drop him out and stop playing the big man.
You don't know what they're like, mate.
I know one thing. I want my mate back.
It's Herbie, innit?
Herbie, innit? Yeah.